But at least he made some kind of a move. I mean, the outside angle was just not getting the job done here, and he get a different feel from someplace else on the lane and find it where the ball will go from right to left.
Warren Nelson right now basically just grinding it out, trying to stay somewhere close. Hope to catch a break.
I think it's important for the viewers to realize that pro bowlers bowl games like this all the time.
Sure.
I mean, where they're just totally lost and they make their spares and try and hang on and salvage something out of the game.
Felt like he threw a pretty good shot there, and it hangs, and he leaves the 2-4-5. That's a very good point you make there, Mike, because especially you watch the players on the PGA Tour, and you say, boy, the guy shot 69 today, and he walks up and says, well, I only hit 9 greens in regulation. I got it up and down from everywhere. You have to have all of the shots to be a successful professional player.
And you've got to be able to hang in there when everything's not going really well and make your spares. And Warren, to his credit, is doing that. He's hanging in the match.
Trying to stay close, down by 23 pins at this stage. Amazing. Randy averaged 237 in the 3rd round, or make that the 2nd round of play this week, to jump from 91st to 22nd.
Gave it more room, and it didn't make it back. Leaves the 2-pin. So we haven't had a lot of strikes. 3. We haven't had one since the 2nd frame in this match.
Scores throughout the week, moderately high here at Active West.
And it doesn't mean anything on television, Dave. We see the ball coming right at us, almost dipping in the channel, but then hooking back. But it gets a strike. The 1 pin has to hit the 2. You're a right-hander, and it didn't do it.
Randy Pederson with earnings in excess of $47,000 thus far this year. Last year, having his best year, went over $113,000.
Won 3 tournaments last year.
Big year.
Had a great year last year.
A fun gentleman to be around. Really works hard at it, takes it serious to a certain degree, but still wants to go out and enjoy it.
Boy, Warren Nelson is just right back in this match. The 4-7-10. Randy comes right out with a double and then can't do anything for the next 5 frames. So we see the ball just biting too quickly. It's in big trouble right now. He doesn't break up the split. I think he'll just go for the 2 pins here. He does.
So this one changing as we near the 3/4 mark. An 8-pin lead right now for Randy Pederson.
And what we're looking for down here is somebody to bowl 200 on this telecast.
Well, Danny Wiseman and Ron Palumbi Jr. are left.
Well, one of these 2 guys could still, it still can be done with a pencil anyway. All right. He tightened up that angle from the inside.
Big time roll on that shot for Warren Nelson. You could almost play that an old Roy Buckley fallback shot at this point. Couldn't you?
Almost. He tightened up the angle on the right lane. See if he can make the adjustment here on lane 45. If he strikes, he goes back into the lead. Looks good.
Carries the wall shot. Warren Nelson, the survivor right now, with a clutch double in the 7th and the 8th. And that pair of gentlemen right there, very instrumental in a terrific week here in Riverside, California.
Bob Osborne and Bill Martin. Randy putting a piece of tape in the ball.
It's amazing. Players commenting on how warm it is here inside Active West Town Square lanes in Riverside. It's probably 90 degrees plus outside. Has a tendency to change the size of that thumb.
You would think it would swell it, though, and that piece of tape. Boy, whenever I put a piece of tape in the ball, I had to do a practice swing to see how it was going to feel. He's just going to go right up and throw it. He changes angles and changes bowling balls. My goodness, what a move that was, and it did not pay off.
Sails by and leaves the washout, so after an open in the 7th, Pederson is staring at a 2nd consecutive miscue.
As he moves inside with a different bowling ball, one that hooks a lot more than the previous one. And it didn't make it back. Back live at the spare. And he almost wrapped it too, but he keeps himself in the match by making it. He's only down 2 pins. Boy, I'll tell you, that's a bold move, and you're only 2 pins down and 3 frames to go. Now what's he going to do? Is he going back to the other bowling ball? He's got 3 of them down there, Dad. He picks out a purple one or a blue one.
One for every occasion. Keep in mind, Randy Pederson has won 9 consecutive matches in the championship round.
Well, that streak is in jeopardy right now. He's inside.
3-6-10. Looks up at us, throws his hands up in the air, and there's not much we can do for him.
I've seen that look on people's faces before, though. It's that disgusted look, you know. My wife used to call that my Donald Duck look.
She did?
Yeah.
Cross lane. 3-6-10 is now gone. Best game that Randy Pederson could shoot now would be 197.
And he's lost now, too. Warren Nelson up by 5, making 15 with 1 more strike. Wow, pretty shot.
Beautiful shot in the 9th for Warren Nelson, who has been nibbling away with the small moves. Apparently now has something that works on the right-hand lane, although it still doesn't look like he has much room either right or left with it.
No, it just, at least the ball's biting the lane. I mean, at least it's, you know, grab and go into a roll up in that outside angle. It wasn't doing that. If I'm right, he needs to count 16 in the 10th frame. Nice shot, nice shot. Well, we talked earlier in the game about making that kind of a move, and he did it, and they paid off.
He has hung in there, persevered, and with a couple more strikes would shoot a game of 222, which is obviously good enough to defeat Randy Pederson and end his string at 9 consecutive wins.
Randy, I think, came out here bristling with confidence, and just suddenly it disappeared.
Well, you can see the thumb go down early on that shot, and anytime you see that, unless you're trying to do it for a specific purpose, it's normally not going to be a very good shot.
Butch Soper's the only one we see get away with that all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also throwing at 28 miles an hour when he does it.
Always amazes me how those little guys can throw so hard.
They move their feet faster. Baby split conversion for Warren Nelson, who has just basically been hanging on for dear life and shoots 210, which is enough to win game number 2.
Randy Pederson, I know, is disappointed. He's going to get $6 grand, though.
So Randy Pederson will finish 4th. And it was a tough afternoon for Randy Pederson, but we'll head on.